You got it, Chris?
Yeah, it came here since the beginning. It came here since the beginning.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Giving our honor and praise to the Most High Yah and His Son Yahweh Shai, the battle axes of the Most High. Coming to you on this Wednesday class. It's pagan holiday. Name of the class is Halloween. It's a pagan tradition. Just come here to bring it's not gonna be a long class, but just kind of for edification, man. We can't give you into philosophies of this world, man. So got a few little information that we printed off the computer. Just kind of digging into a couple sources. We're gonna put our sources out where we got it from too. And we also gonna go to the scriptures and edify, thus saith the Lord. Read what you got right quick.
Which one?
I'm gonna start with them.
Okay. Only bad thing about this one came from Jehovah's Witness, but they do got the scriptures in here, so that's all we did, trying to get the edification. I just want to give y'all where we got this information from, a reference anyway. This is right there. It's called The Origins of Halloween. What does the Bible say about it? The answer: the Bible does not mention Halloween. However, both the ancient origins of Halloween and its modern customs show it to be a celebration based on false beliefs about the dead and invisible spirits or demons.
Okay, let's stop right there. Now, read that last little part right quick.
It show it to be a hold on, and in modern customs show it to be a celebration based on false belief about the dead and invisible spirits.
Now it says talking about the dead and the invisible spirit. Read on.
Or demons.
The first precept we're gonna pull. Let's go to Amos 5:21. It's one street precept we pull. No.
The book of Amos.
Hold on, let
You get this switch board. Go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
He said he did what?
I hate.
See, the Most High God they hate feast days. Read on.
I despise your feast days.
He said he despised their feast days because this is getting up to a pagan God. Read on.
And I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
Because some of their pagan feast days, they do barbecue and they do cook and celebrate those different feast days. Read on.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Read verse 23.
Hold on a second. When he was saying that, and this what they were doing also, what Israel was doing. Israel was celebrating the customs of these heathen nations, the pagan holidays.
That's right.
Then they come back to the Most High God and then offer the burnt offerings as a sin offering and a sacrificial offerings. And he was like, man, I'm not smelling that. I hate y'all feast days, because they was doing pagan holidays, then come back and try to do the customs of the Most High.
Go ahead, read verse 23.
Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
Because he don't even want to hear the songs. He don't want to smell it. He don't want to hear the songs of these feast days. Because guess what? It's all kind of trick-or-treat songs out and all kind of, they making movies out now and everything, trying to promote this old wicked pagan holiday. Read on.
I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
Now he want to hear the melody of their vows or anything, man. Give me.
What is that? All the little Temptations on Christmas songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all that Michael Jackson Thriller for this day. You don't want to hear that.
That's right, man. I know somebody used to love them Halloween Christmas songs. Play them every Christmas.
I did when I was in the world, man.
So, give me 1 John 5:19, man. Man, a couple of people used to love them Christmas songs. That Silent Night come on by the Temptation.
Oh yeah.
You can see tears coming down their face.
Swear up and down, the Most High had something to do with this music. Oh yeah, boy, this is good for me. I'm in the spirit. No, you in damnation.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 19. And we know that we are of God, and the whole world lieth in wickedness.
See, because the whole world today, this taking a part of this holiday, they lying in wickedness today, man. But us that's in this truth, is in this walk, man, we know what it is, man. We ain't gonna be no partakers in it. We ain't going to your parties. We don't want your trick-or-treat candy. Guess what? We don't want the candy that's in the store. The candy, you can tell that this holiday is getting diminished by the Israelites because the candy go on sale before even over with now.
And it's ton of it.
That's right. You used to have to wait after Halloween, did it 50% off. I went in the store, one of my stores today that I had to deliver to, man, and everything in the store, there was Halloween 50% off the day of Halloween. They normally wait the day after. But now, guess what? We waking up in the last days, man. And the Most High, man, he's showing his works, man. Hold up. Read it off this sheet right here.
Yeah, man.
Let's get back to it.
Okay, now this off the History Channel app right here.
Wait a minute. Go off this. Yeah, then we're gonna go back.
Okay. Because this will get a little more information in that.
That's right.
It's telling the same thing though.
Yeah, go on, just read that second part, then we go into this. Go and start hitting self.
The Bible warns there must never be anyone among you who consults ghosts or spirits or calls up the dead.
He said it shouldn't be. Read that part again, man.
There must never be anyone among you who consults ghosts or spirits or calls up the dead.
Okay. We're going to go get that precept. That's Deuteronomy chapter 18. We'll go get that right quick. Our Bible hits on things. See, but we got to be the one that's
18 and 10 too.
Yeah, 18 and 10.
Or you want to start at 9?
We can go to. Oh, you can go start at verse 9.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
See, because guess what, man? It's like he sent us to America. He sent us over here to repent, man. He didn't send us over here to take on the customs. He didn't send us over here to take on none of the holidays. He didn't send us over to envy, the oppressors, no anything. He sent us over to repent and come back to him, man. Read on up.
Verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
So what y'all think that is, man? When you making your sons and daughters pass through the fire? Because when you're not doing thus said the Lord, you're going to be passing through the fire.
And also, they were sacrificing kids.
That's
children. Right. And y'all don't understand, man, this wicked Edomite, man, they sacrifice their children on these days, man. Sometimes when you're seeing a lot of these black children that are missing around, so-called missing, kidnapped, they use it for their sacrifices, man.
And see, the thing is, what our people fail to realize, during these holidays, it's more children missing on the holidays than any other time of the year. Do your research. Start looking these things up. It's more children. Guess what? And look at the origin. From 8, they say from like 3 or 4 years old to about 10, 11, 12, they have the parents walking with them, going trick-or-treating. After the age of 12, guess what? The children, the 13 or 14, they're going out with their friends trick-or-treating, and that's when children start missing. See, that's the thing that we, guess what? There's no smoke in the city that the Most High God don't know, man. And the thing is, we sending our children through the fire. Our children getting sacrificed because we allow them to give sacrifice. Go ahead, read on.
Or that use divination or an observer of times.
Hold up. That observer of time is going into people that like to read their horoscopes. You're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, and all y'all
looking at your birth symbol, Pisces. We're not supposed to do none of that. That goes into all that. Go ahead,
Or an enchanter or a witch.
He said, or an enchanter or a witch. Because guess what? One of the most pagan deities of this Halloween holiday, guess what? You see the witch everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you see the witch everywhere. In the holiday, you see the witch everywhere, every single time. See, the thing is, our people see this and they don't see it. You know what I mean? They go into what you call it? That's called a reprobate state, man, that our people get into. Read on up.
Verse 11. Or a charmer or a consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard.
See, now they name in the between the witch and the wizard. It's all the above. A charmer. What y'all think a charmer is? Person that got a flute that plays the little flute, and what he make the snake do? He charms you, or you guess what? They have a charm or a locket, and they going back and forth, and they hypnotize you. Guess what, man? That's witchcraft too. Read on.
Oh, hold on. Let's touch on even with the familiar spirits. Guess what? That's going to get your palm read from Cleo. You know she ain't told nothing true, man. We got to come up out of that wickedness, man. The Most High God said, don't dibble and dabble in there. If we want to know the future, guess what? Read the Bible, man.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Or a wizard, or a necromancer.
Hold up. That necromancer is a person who practices wizardry or magic.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So David Copperfield, was it David Bland? All them is abomination. Read on.
Verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
He said everybody that does these things are abomination. Read on.
And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doeth drive them out from before thee.
Now he drove these people out before thee. These people is in sin, man. And judgment is on them, man. Go back to this. Read some of that more of that.
It's the origins of Halloween. The second, third, first, Samhain. The origin of Halloween can be traced to this ancient pagan festival celebrated by Celtic people over 2,000 years ago.
Okay, now let's go hit to this Celtic people right quick.
And not only that, let me get this, because he just said Samhain. The Halloween's origin date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain. The Celtic who lived 2,000 years ago in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of the year and the harvest and the beginning of dark, cold winter, a time of the year that was often associated with human death. Celtics believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated, what do they call, how do we say it again? Samhain.
Samhain, like Halloween, Samhain.
Yeah.
But it's like instead of saying Halloween, it's Samhain because it's this. What's his name? Samhain. Samhain. That's where you get it from. Samhain. That's what you get that from.
When it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. And then you want to go down and drop down?
It drops down.
Down there here.
Yeah.
By 43 AD, the Roman Empire was conquered by the majority of Celtic territory. In the course of the 400 years that they ruled the Celtic lands, two festivals of Roman origins were combined with the traditional Celtic celebration of Samhain. The first was Ferilia, a day in the late October when the Romans traditionally commemorated the passing of the dead. The second was a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. The symbol of Pomona is the apple. Boy, then that's where they get the apple
that's
from.
Where they get the bobbing for apples from.
And that was a chosen fruit in the beginning. And the incorporation of this celebration into Samhain probably explains the tradition of bobbing for apples that is practiced today in Halloween.
See, the thing is, man, look, man, history is out there, man. I mean, thing is, we can't make this thing up, man. It's there. It's there for our reading.
And let it be known, these Celtics at this time, up to 2,000 years ago, during the Dark Ages, this was during the Dark Ages time, they were black.
Yeah.
At this time. Because blacks was the one ruling Ireland at this time.
That's right.
In those kingdoms.
Read the rest of it up.
Halloween costumes, candy, finish. Yeah. Celtic people over 2,000 years ago, states the World Book Encyclopedia. The Celts believed that the dead could walk among the living at this time.
It's saying the same thing. Read on.
During Samhain, the living could visit with the dead. However, the Bible clearly teaches that the dead are conscious of nothing at all.
Now let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 5. See, the thing is, because these people, they want to mix worlds, man. They want to mix dead and the living.
Mm-hmm.
They want to mix everything, man.
I was watching I'll be watching that what you call it, Ghost Adventures on the TV, because it don't be nothing else. I'll be trying to see. But I notice a lot of the Edomites, but they love to be diving into there. They love it always going into what is that called? It clairvoyance? Ain't that what they call it? Clairvoyance, the ones that can speak to the dead.
Yeah.
They always bring us, well, it's a psychic. Yeah, they bring the psychics out, and they always doing these things like that. And these other nations do like that. That's why we also got in trouble. Why you think a lot of stuff goes on in Haiti? Because Haiti does that a lot. So you'd be wondering why that hurricane tore and ripped Haiti up. Then after they clean up a little bit, another one come through. Because they practice a lot of this stuff.
Instruments of
instruments of cruelty.
Cruelty. That's it. Give me Ecclesiastes 9 and 5.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 5. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything.
It said the dead don't know anything, man. Read.
Neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten.
It said the memory of them is forgotten, man.
And it's funny because, they be on those shows going, why are you here? He don't know. That's what they should be getting back on all of the missions. Why are you here? I don't know. What's your name? I don't know. They don't know. They don't know nothing. So they not get nothing. But all that stuff is a setup too, man.
Let me get another precept. Let me go Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. We're going to read down 9 through 11.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. Chapter 1, verse 9. 9 through 11. Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be.
It said the thing that's been is going to be, it shall be. Read on.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Now, things that was done back then shall be done right now. Read on.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
Because there's no new thing under the sun. So when y'all see a new, no, there's no new thing up under the sun. If there's contradiction in the Bible, prove it wrong. Read on up.
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said? See, this is new.
It says anything that can be said, this is new. Read on.
It has been already of old time.
It said it's already done been here before. Read on.
Which was before us.
Which is before us. Read on.
Verse 11. There is no remembrance.
This is what I want. He said there is no remembrance. Read on.
Of former things.
Of the former things. That's the Most High God set that up like that. Read.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
And now that's going into regeneration, but that's another thing. But the thing is, you are not gonna have no remembrance of the former things or the things which should come,
And that goes to show you some people in Israel still be practicing some of this witchcraft too. Because I was Paul. No, you ain't got no remembrance of who he was, man. And I was King David. Man, come on, sit your butt down, man.
Let me get the Halloween costumes and
Halloween costumes, candy, and trick or treat. According to the book Halloween, an American Holiday, an American History, some of the Celts wore ghoulish costumes so that wandering spirits would mistake them for one of their own and leave them alone. Others offer sweets to the spirits to appease them. In medieval Europe, the Catholic clergy adopted local pagan customs and had their adherents go from house to house wearing costumes and requesting small gifts. The Bible, on the other hand, does not permit merging false religious practices with the worship of God.
Man, that's pretty crazy, man. How things were 2,000 years ago, man, and it still goes on today. Still the same pagan worship, still the same pagan customs, man. They did the same thing, man.
And that's why, you know, when you see like a lot of TV shows, you see when it's always talking about something scary or something ghouly, y'all ever notice it always go back to the ancient time, right?
That's right.
That's because what went on back then, and everybody like, ooh, we start right there. That's the same thing going on today.
That's right.
It ain't nothing new under the sun. The way when you're looking at that TV show, don't just look at it as it was ancient. Look at it as this is what's happening now.
Mm-hmm. And like Ak is bringing up, research these things. Everything has a beginning, people.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to learn to research these high hella days, man, because they not of the Bible. You won't find this nowhere in the scriptures. Go ahead, Ak.
Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 17. Let's go get there. It says that the Bible, on the other hand, does not permit merging false religion practice with the worship of God. Read that out.
2 Corinthians
6 and verse 17.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them.
It said, come out from among them. Read on.
And be ye separate, said the Lord. And touch not the unclean things.
See, because the unclean things, they trying to marry the dead to the living, man. The dead, we not supposed to touch nothing that's dead. That's unclean to us, man. Read.
And I will receive you.
And he said, then he will receive you. Read on.
Verse 18. And will be a father unto you.
No, that's all I want on that.
And think about it. So you got churches right now. This is for the kids. And then they having some festivals at their churches tonight. You know, where they don't got to go out in the streets. But now you merging, you touching an unclean thing and bringing it to a clean. Well, I can't say clean because they ain't clean anyway. But bringing it into what you think is clean, and then expect for the Most High to accept it. And he was like, man, I don't want that. It's like somebody say, you ask somebody for a piece of candy and they give you something and it's got dirt all on it. You be looking at that like, you looking at the dude, what's wrong with you? Because, and that's what the churches are doing right now with the Most High. Yeah, and they having fun. Oh, this for the kids. Everybody use that for the kids. They use it for the kids. Guess what? You passing that tradition down from the kids to the next one. And then their kids gonna grow up and it's for the kids. Then their kids grow up and say it's for the kids. So that tradition keep going on. When you when you stop it giving it to the kid, period, then guess what? That tradition begins to die out. And we don't have to worry about it. But as long as we keep using the kids, and most adults use the kids to go get their drink on anyway, you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's for the kids. And tonight they out there drunk.
That's right.
Hey, kick my step.
Because the children party turn to the adult party.
Exactly. So the kids go up and think about it. We've been doing the same thing our mama and them was doing. If we hadn't gotten in this truth, we doing the same thing. Christmas, we'd have been doing the same thing. Wait the night, cook, do all that stuff, drink, get drunk, do our little dances, do the same thing. Next year, it was being passed on. We just awaken now, and this is the time when we stop those traditions. This not for the kids. What's for the kids is the day of Pentecost.
That's right.
You know, the Feast of Tabernacles. That's for the kids.
That's right. Read this right quick.
Okay. Halloween comes to America. Celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in the colonial New England because of the rigid Protestant belief system here. And the Protestant was the one that first established church in America. That's where you had the witches, the witch hunt. But I'll just get this another bringing it up. Halloween was much more common in Maryland and the southern colonies. I'm gonna drop down here. In the late 1800s, there was a move in America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghosts.
See, that's the thing that they did. They took it from they took it out the big picture, because guess what? The elites, they still do it as the old time do it. But guess what? They pushed it on to our people to do what? To say that, oh man, this is just a holiday just for the children, like
for the kids.
For the kids, just for the children. For them to have candy, for them to do dress up in costumes, and this is all fun. Now, what you really doing, you're giving in to the devil.
What they doing is they desensitizing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they.
And let me get Ecclesiastes 7:7 right quick. Let me just pull that right quick.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Read that again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And see, that's what's going on. We go through all these hard days and we be mad at everything going on. And then guess what? They give us Halloween. And that destroys us. Okay, America good again. We get mad off from that holiday to the next holiday. Then guess what? Well, Christmas coming back. That's the gifts they give you. America loves these gifts, and we just follow along behind it, and we rush. We spend more money than the white man on Christmas and all these other high holidays. Well, not high holidays. All these, what do you say, holidays.
And what they really are unnecessary burdens that people put. We already really don't have the money to be doing it. So now you're going out of your way to spend money that you don't have for a society that don't want you anyway. So it's just, we got to stop the nonsense. Go ahead, Art.
Give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 4.
And on what he said, man, if we keep on putting in on they holidays, then guess what? We keep enriching this kingdom, but we expecting our kingdom to come. We got to stop do what God say, and it'll demise this kingdom. Then our kingdom can surely come. But as long as we keep pushing it, their kingdom keep on staying stabilized. It keep on rotating. It keeps on producing what it's doing.
Read that out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 16,
verse 14.
Verse 14. So, but I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam.
That's the devil. Read on.
Who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel.
That's what they doing right now with these holidays. Doing stumbling blocks before our eyes, man. And we can't catch on to it. Read that. This next part is real heavy. Read that.
To eat things sacrificed unto idols.
That's what they doing on the trick-or-treating with our children, man. They sending stumbling block. Oh, because our children love candy. So guess what? We're gonna do everything trying to make our children happy over what God say to do, man. We not to be like that, man. Read on, huh?
To eat things sacrificed unto idols and to commit fornication.
So that's what we doing with our God, commit fornication. We going in, we taking on the philosophy of Baal. You got something up?
Yeah, that's why you think they got Valentine's Day. So I think that's for. You buy candy and go out and spend a lot of money on Valentine's Day to commit fornication. That's what happened. They have stuff that's going on anyway. Everything they got, man, has an agenda behind it.
Yeah, right.
Everything that they celebrate has an agenda behind it. Like Ark was saying, you got to go study the stuff. It comes from somewhere. It didn't pop up. Hey, let's just do this. It came from them ancient times, like when you see in the movies, the ancient times where all of that wickedness you thought was way back then. It's the same wickedness going on today.
That's right. That's the same thing. Right here.
Number 3, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, witches, and zombies.
Those are all the movies that come out on Halloween, man. Read that part one more time.
Ghosts, vampires, werewolves, witches, and zombies.
Those are all the movies that you see every year.
And they own there all over the TV right now.
Guess what? And that's what they do. Now it gets to like when we was, let's just say when we was younger, you didn't see as many of those type of movies, ghosts and vampires and werewolf movies. But now you can cut on TV right now, and everything on TV is ghost, vampire, werewolf, witches, and zombies.
They even got it broadcast 31 days of Halloween. So they planning for that whole month to indoctrinate our children into that thing to make them happy about celebrating these wicked holidays.
And it also desensitizes our minds, our children's mind, because when they show all that murder on TV all the time, they show all this killing, they show all this blood, and then you be out in the street and something happen, blam, you don't even feel nothing. They be like, oh, dang, he dead. You know, it's nothing no more because they desensitize your mind, so it ain't as gruesome no more. See, when we was growing up, we didn't see all that. So nigga just run down the street with a cut in his hand, and everybody be like, ugh. Man, the kids growing up now see a man whole head blown out, and they just like, dang, boy, look at that. You know, and it's desensitizing our children. It's desensitizing us, period.
And what did the Most High tell us to do about these things? Not to mess with us. Revelation 18:4 is just a little simple. A common precept that we have, you know what I'm saying, that we all should know. You know what I'm saying? When people understand or need to understand what the scripture is saying. Revelation 18.
I got it. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Don't do the things that the world do, man. Don't be partakers of these wicked holidays and these wicked pagan holidays that's coming along. Just like I say, oh, you saying it's for the kids, for the children. Now, the Most I say, he don't care who you doing it for. Don't be partakers of it at all.
Yeah, and
come out of these wicked ways of this world.
And the children, that when they saying that, oh, this for the children, that's the stumbling block.
That's right.
That's the stumbling block. And finish that up. That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Because whether y'all know it or not, when you're doing these things, like you say, the church having Halloween festivals and things, you're being partakers of sins, man. You ain't doing them and putting you and your children into sin, man. Even deeper than we already are. So he's saying, don't be partakers of what they're doing, man. What they're trying to get us to get into, which is like you say, spending money and praising and representing the devil and all these other things that we're doing, man, on this wicked holiday.
You might as well, when we finish 5, hit 5. Yeah. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God had remembered her iniquities.
He getting tired of this, man. The Most High getting tired of us, man. Keep going into these things, man. It's specifically saying and written throughout this whole Bible, man. Amos 5:21. This scripture right here, along with other scriptures. 2 Corinthians 6:14. I want to pull that too, but we'll get to it later. But yeah, he's getting tired of it, man. Our sins are reached up to heaven. He knows what's going on now. He actually knows what's going on right now. He's seeing us every day fall deep into this sin more and more with these wicked holidays. Not only are we sinning, not obeying the Sabbath and not following his law, but now we're going into all these other things that these other nations are doing, man. Not even what our nation's supposed to do.
And that's why 2/3 of Israel gonna die, because it's gonna be 2/3 of them is gonna keep doing it for the kids.
That's right.
It's for the kids. Man, we telling you ain't supposed to be doing it. But what about the kids? Why would you send the kids to damnation? But you gonna sit back. I don't even celebrate it, but I just do it for the kids. Yeah, man, like he said, you put your kids through the fire.
That's right. Give me Proverbs 22:6 right quick. Matter of fact, we're gonna jump up to verse 5 on it, man. Because the thing is, we got instructions on how we're supposed to do our children. We can't just, you know what I'm saying, say that we put them through the fire, but we got to show them how we were supposed to do it. 22, we're gonna start at verse 5.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 5. Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward.
That's the wicked. Read on.
He that doth keep his soul shall be far from them.
He that keep his soul, he will keep his soul from the evilness. It will be far from them. Read on.
Verse 6. Train up a child in the way that he should go.
See, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. So when you sticking your children out there to do this pagan holiday, guess what? You training your child, man, to be a part of this world, to be part of the devil worship, man. You train your child to be a part of the custom, man, that the Most High God told us not to do.
And you really teaching them to be a part of the 2/3 club.
That's
man.
right.
That's just plain and simple. Go ahead,
Train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Because he's going to teach his children. And she going to teach her children. She going to like, no, we ain't doing that.
This is talking about my baby.
Yeah.
Man, you taught your baby to be where he at.
Yeah. And like I was hearing the clip the other day, he said, man, he should be here with his children. He got killed. This dude got killed. He should be here with his children celebrating these holidays.
That was Eric Gardner too.
Yeah, that was Eric Gardner's mom.
Come on, man. See, that's the thing is, y'all want, like I say, you partaker in these wicked holidays, but guess what, man? You don't like the way they doing. Man, that's vice versa, man. Come on, man. Our people just lost in the slaughter. So read that part right there.
These have long been associated. Hold on, let me start over. Ghosts, vampires, werewolves, witches, and zombies. These have long been associated with the evil spirit world. The Bible clearly states that we should oppose wicked spirit forces, not celebrate with them.
Said we don't supposed to celebrate with them. Let's go get that, man. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. The Bible answer all questions, man. Got to open it up and read. Man, the Bible says, bless the man that read it.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6,
Go ahead.
verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Mm-hmm.
but against principalities.
See, cause we don't see, cause us is in this truth, is in the walk, man. We know we stay in the spirit, man. We not wrestling against our flesh, man, and none of this blood. Read on.
Against powers,
Mm-hmm.
against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
That's all these pagan holidays. That's all these pagan traditions. That's all that's everything that's going against the Bible, man. Anything that's not of this Bible is not of this word, man. We got to go against that thing, man.
And it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, it ain't this outer body that we wrestle with.
Mm-hmm.
It's the inner spirits that's going on. See, if some people in the world, they would like when we trying to tell them, man, you ain't supposed to be doing that. They looking at, oh, that's a good thing. That's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with this. But in the spirit, it's everything wrong with it.
Right.
And then this goes on. He said, but against principalities, this is wicked spirits, against powers, and against the rulers of darkness, the principality, the powers against powers, the government, the what they call it, Illuminati, the elite, the Bole, and them too. You know, those are the powers that it's talking about. That's what we wrestling against. The people we can't see, not our neighbors, not even just these Edomites out here, because a lot of them don't know some stuff. Mm-hmm. It's the one that you can never see. You see them on TV, but how many times do you see? Every day you look at the TV, and who is that dude? That Prince, what's the little Edomite that just got married to the
Prince Charles.
Yeah, is that his name?
That's the father name.
No, the other one, the one that's out, the youngster.
Harry, Prince
Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all see him on TV all the time, and it's the queen or whoever, but you never see him, and you'll never just pop up to see him. Those are unseen people that you see, but their spirits always lurking, always on TV. You see that all the time. So your mind is on it. These are the powers that it's talking about. The powers and the wickedness of this world. And the rulers of darkness of this world. Of this world. The rulers of darkness of this world. Because this world, the elite is doing some wicked things, man, that y'all don't know. Right. Like in them rappers. They go through rituals. Some of them getting their salad tossed, man, just to get up there and get on the radio. Y'all don't understand that. And that's what's going on. And they make you think like everything is all right. Everything is all right. When he start to crack up, guess what? We see the news media, he dead. Oh, he died. Because he's about to say something. When Martin was going through all that, they wasn't crazy. Those things was going on and people was really after them, man. They straightened them up. Mm-hmm. Once they got their butt in line, you know.
That's just like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Man, his show was popping, man. One of the biggest shows that was on TV. Everybody watched Dave Chappelle. All of a sudden, went off the air. Because he stopped doing what they said to do.
Put on a dress. That's right. He feminizing our people.
Mm-hmm. That movie, Blue Street, he said like 4 or 5 people came to his trailer. Talking about, Dave, man, just put on the dress. Yeah. He said, man, he changed that scene. I don't know if y'all know that movie, but he actually had to fight to change the scene, not to wear a dress, and he was adamant about it. Yeah. Now he don't have a show no more, but it was one of the biggest running shows.
And every last one of them that y'all call famous superstars, whatever they call them, all of them is involved. Because you are not going to get famous unless you go through that. Because they can make anybody famous. They can take anybody. You can take anybody and put their face on TV 24/7 around the world. You're going to be famous.
That's right.
No matter what. No matter what.
That's what they do to the music.
Exactly.
They play the same. If you play the same song, what? That's on me. They say play that all day long. And guess what your mind do? You're gonna be thinking that stuff all day. Because that's what it does. If you listen to radio all day long, it never plays.
They call it getting in rotation.
Come on, man.
I'm in rotation. And then once you get in that rotation, they be like, okay, you see how we got everybody on you? Hey, but if you want to stay there like that, or if you want to get bigger,
that's right.
Bend over.
That's right.
Man, that's what they tell them.
That's what they do. That's just like this. Everything. Look, you just think about it. Christmas time come, it's gonna be the same shows come on out. Halloween come, same shows come out. But guess what? You want to get in that rotation, you got to do something. Get in that rotation.
Matter of fact, let me get a precept that talks exactly about that, man. I was going over this with a brother before we had called. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Because the brothers is hitting on some good points, man. They try to wear you down with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the beat, man. You know you don't want it, but the beat be so jammy. Then you next time you just vibe to it. Next minute you singing a song.
That's right.
Then the next minute, guess what? You acting out on that. This is what the Bible tells us about this. Read that out.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived.
God is giving us one. Don't be deceived, people. Read on.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Evil communication. Guess what? That's the rap music we listen to. The TV that we watch. All these Thanksgiving, Halloween commercials. All these TV shows. That is evil communication. Guess what? That corrupt good manners. Because you start to delve into that subconsciously, like I was bringing out.
I was just telling my son, I remember a song Gangsta Gangsta, right? We used to be sitting over in the hood, man, just sitting around drinking. Somebody been on pop that in, you know what I'm saying? Nobody thinking about no game banging or nothing, man. Yep. And then they like, play that again. Yep. Next thing you know, he play it again. Guess what we doing now? We in the car, running around town, driving, hoping somebody want to fight us. Hoping somebody want to do something. And because they shot our mind now. Yeah. We was programmed, they just took us there. And we used to be sitting there thinking about it. Dang, boy, that song had me just, man, I'm glad we got home because we were just out there ready to go we was ready to go shoot or be in the pen or be killed. And it didn't even matter us because the music got us that way.
Exactly. All right. Go ahead.
But see, the thing is, and that goes into just like if you think about it, in the 80s, what they had like breakdancing music, everybody wanted to breakdance. And in the 90s, everybody wanted to be a gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the early 80s, what's up? Everybody for the peace and black power and all that. Guess what, man? Every music come out, it changes our platform, how we do. Guess what? Just like our children listen to this music right now, they call it trap music. Yeah, they trapping our children. Our children wearing purses, man. Yeah. Our boys is wearing purses, man. They got LeBron James, T.I., Lil Wayne, all them brothers, they wearing purses,
and
man.
Guess what? They desensitize it by calling it a man purse. Man, that's a damn purse.
Yeah, and then put on these little, boy, that is the funniest look I ever seen. But them was got the tightest goddamn pants on. And then they were below, they ain't even sagging no more. They just below their booty cheeks. I mean, I don't even know what they is no more. You can't even call them pants no more. Because they ain't even on their body. It's just, man, come on.
Yeah. We finna precept both of them. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7 and 5. Got to still rebuking the gate, man.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise.
That's what we doing, man. The wise gonna rebuke in the gate, man. With these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
Than for a man to hear the songs of fools.
Because that's what our children are doing right now, hearing songs of fools, man.
Fools.
That's all they doing, hear the songs of fools, man.
And what's that, the DJ you was telling me, the 17-year-old, what's his name? The rapper, a lot of them go, who?
You be a young boy?
Yeah, that 17 years old, rapping and got everybody all that jamming. And boy, that is one of the most sickening things. I'll be at the store and I'll be thinking, I'm in the car and I'm thinking some young dude done pulled up to me. I look over, this nigga older than me. I'm like, man, what the heck is this? He just boom. I'm going, man, you can't tell me like that. Man. You can't tell me.
That's just like when we just be downtown teaching, man. Them old heads, they be 50 and 60 years old out there paying sagging lower than the young boys paying sagging, man.
With the young.
Like the little, what's his name? That pimp that be down there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
That fuck has Gucci on, got his pants sagging. I'm like, man, what is you doing, man? You done. I mean, I can't beat him, join him, I guess. Boy, man, I tell you, man, get out of that stuff, man.
Exactly.
Period, man. That's all we're trying to tell you. These scriptures telling you the same thing.
Right. Read that last little part right there.
Halloween pumpkins are jack-o'-lanterns. In medieval Britain, supplicants moved from door to door asking for food in return for a prayer for the dead. And they would carry hollowed out turnip lanterns whose candle connoted a soul trapped in purgatory. Halloween from pagan rituals to party night. Others say that the lanterns were used to ward off evil spirits. During the 1800s in North America, pumpkins replaced turnips because they were plentiful, as well as easy to hollow out and carve. The belief behind this custom, the immortality of the soul, purgatory, and the prayers for the dead, are not based on the Bible.
See, thing is, man, they everything, man, everything that they do, man, it's got a meaning behind what they doing. Everything that the other nations doing is a calculated step, man, to keep us docile, man.
Right.
Every single thing that they do. Give me Ezekiel 18:4.
Because you got the Most High and you got the enemies of the Most High. The world itself is the enemies of the Most High. So everything they doing is something going against the Most High. Everything is something they do calculated. It's a calculated warfare. They ain't just doing stuff to be doing it. They doing it for a reason. Just like the Most High has a chosen people for a reason.
Like they said, they went door to door with food first. So now they got better craft. They had a thought together, say, you know what? These Negroes ain't got a little smarter. They don't let their children eat anybody's food no more. So we gonna replace this food with candy.
No, everybody like
and now
candy.
Halloween been jumping out the gym. You know what I'm saying? So they crafty, man. They very crafty with what they do with them, man. You ever just sit back and look and see that thing just said that they went door to door with food, giving out food and passing out food. Yeah, we ain't letting out, Big Mom won't let you eat anybody food now. You know what I'm saying? Mom won't let you eat nobody food, but guess what? This candy, is it in a wrapper? Is it in the rapper? Make sure that rapper.
let me check it. I'll make sure ain't nobody put nothing in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. You can eat the rest. It's good.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
That crafty council, man, they got a modern term for that today. It's called think tanks.
Right?
Y'all don't understand. It is the other nations hire people to get together to think of ways to keep us in sin, people.
That's right.
This is what you call think tanks. Go ahead,
The book of Ezekiel. Ready for that?
Yeah, start at verse 1, man.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The word of the Lord came unto me again, saying,
This is the prophet Ezekiel. Read on.
What mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes.
He said the fathers have eaten sour grapes. Read on.
And the children's teeth are set on edge.
And our children see it's set on edge, man. Man, these scriptures cut to the core, man. Look here. Because guess what? They all gonna be in the dentist tomorrow.
That's what I was gonna say, but when grandma tasting that candy, she should have sat the little kid on the knee and told him why she ain't got no teeth in her mouth.
While little Junebug got a mouthful of silver. Put the candy down, man. He used to pick up some fruit, man. Right. Hey, guess what? I gotta even tell myself that, man. Because that's in the scriptures, man. Right. Too many dainties are not good for you. That's in the book of Ecclesiastes. That's going into too many sweets.
That's right.
You know what the other ones is.
But I mean, brother, that's another story. Right? We have to talk about that. Go ahead.
Verse 3. As I live, said the Lord God, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Israel.
Okay, stop right there. Read this part right there.
By the 1920s and 1930s,
it's the
Halloween parties. By the 1920s and the 1930s, Halloween had become a circular but community-centered holiday with parties and town-wide Halloween parties as the feature entertainment. Despite the best efforts of many schools and communities, vandalism began to plague some celebrations in many communities during this time. By the 1950s, town leaders who had successfully limited vandalism, and Halloween had evolved into a holiday directed mainly at the young. Due to the high numbers of young children during the 50s baby boom, parties moved from town civic centers into the classroom or home where they could be more easily accommodated.
See, you see how they did it? At first, it was like it was a big town thing. Then they pushed it into our homes. Now it's a tradition in our own home. Now, guess what? Not even in our home. Now they send it into school. So if you don't celebrate it at home, they're going to celebrate it at school. They gonna get it. Well, this devil crafty, man. So, man, look, they gonna push their agenda no matter what. They gonna push their agenda.
Yeah.
And that's what we tell brothers and sisters. That's why they're in Proverbs, train up a child, because they gonna be faced with a lot of peer pressure because they see the other students doing it constantly, and then they'll be, but once they grounded in God's laws and you steady diligently teaching them, they will be able to handle it. It gets easier the more they stay into it. Go ahead.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Chapter 18 of Ezekiel, verse 4. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father. So also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
Read that again.
Verse 4 of chapter 18 of Ezekiel. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father.
He said, all the souls are his. The Most High control everybody's. But like I said, he give you a choice to choose life or death. You obey his law, statutes, and commandments, guess what? You receive life. You disobey his law, statutes, and commandments, guess what? You're going to surely die. And I ain't talking about the first death. I'm talking about that second death. See, everybody be like, we all going to die. Okay, but you're going to die twice. And so ain't no, so you be like, yeah, we all going to die. So he going to wake you up, give you some judgment, and you dead again. Burning forever. And people don't understand that.
He told that so-called white boy out there, he said, yeah, you're a 2-time loser. You'll be 3 times. You already losing now.
Yeah, you're going to lose. You look, like I said, you know, them Edomites in their kingdom, if they lose in their kingdom, man. What I said, boy, you change my skin to white tomorrow, I'll be rich.
Yeah.
But go ahead, read that again.
Verse 4, behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
He said, even Yahweh is his. His soul is his. And the soul that sinneth, oh, you ain't got nothing. See, people don't see, everybody always thinking, well, we all gonna die. And everybody die. I know everybody, you know, like I said, the pastor done made death so goddamn unrelative now. Because everybody be like, shoot, at my funeral, you know what I'm saying? I want my casket, you know, go ahead and throw me in this suit. Negro. None of that matter. Yeah, you know, and everybody, pastor done put everybody in heaven. I ain't just went to the thing where this nigga's never gonna make it. You know, they don't do that. That's what they need to be doing. Tell the truth. But nah, they ain't doing it. So when everybody go to all these funerals now, they comfortable like, okay, I don't want to die, but if I do, I want my funeral to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that me went out like, you know, and they think like that. And that's what people be doing. But then forget that one. Even though pastor finna lie and put you in heaven, oh, that second death, you'll know you ain't there. Because that pit of fire is real. And nobody think nothing about it because nobody know nothing about death. If you ain't died, you can't tell me what's happening on the other side over there.
That's right. Let me get Romans chapter 13 and verse. Y'all finished it?
Yeah.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Right, we're gonna start at verse 11. Got a few more precepts, man. From the end.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
He said we're supposed to be waking up out of sleep, man. This is high time, man. We see what's going on, man. These prophecies, man, day by day hitting harder and harder, coming stronger and stronger, and more coming more rapidly, man. Read on.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
They said it's nearer than you believe. You might wake up tomorrow and it might be it might be where it is. And you be like, hey man, I'm ready.
So this is not a time to fall out. This is the time to start going back to these law, statutes, and commandments. Because it said our time is near. When you see the people, when you looking on YouTube or you looking all over the place now, and you see Israelites, think about it. Just think about it. 20 years ago, who in this room knew they was an Israelite?
10
who
years
in this
ago.
room seen a whole bunch of young brothers out there teaching on the
Exactly.
street?
Nobody. We just woke up, people, and he said, when we woke up, now we know the time is near. And them cats, we got cats that was in New York, was woke back in 1969. So it ain't much time left, man. This is not the time to get out of the truth. It's not time to be playing around in the truth. It's time right now to know, oh man, it's almost here. It's giving you a warning. It's giving you a real clear-cut warning that this here, everything that we know that exists like it is today, is almost over. Right? People be talking, oh, they've been saying that. We were never woke. This stuff is happening in the Bible. And they said, all right, now that y'all woke, it's almost over.
That's right.
I don't care when Jeremiah and them was saying that was way back there. But the stuff that they was talking about is now.
That's right.
The prophecies they was talking about is now. So you better get it right. There ain't no time to be running and trying to do all that. Get out of the world. Quit trying to do what they doing. Squash it. You ain't gonna make it. I'm telling you right now. You want to be a superstar on TV? You ain't gonna make it. So quit trying. You want to be rich in America? You ain't gonna be rich. So quit trying. What you need to be doing is get closer to the Most High. That's right. And that's what's got to be happening right now.
Read verse 12.
Verse 12. The night is far spent.
Y'all know what happened at night. This is time when you rest and read on.
The day is at hand.
It said the day is at hand, man. Read on.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Now let's cast off the works of this evil works, man. Off this darkness. Let's come up out of darkness. Let's go up into this light. Read on.
And let us put on the armor of light.
That's this Bible, man. We got to put on this Bible. Read on.
Verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy.
He said, not in, let's start there from the top. He said, not in rioting or drunkenness. See, that's going into your spirit too, man. It's not just a physical aspect, it's a spiritual aspect too. What you got?
Go back right where we said light at 12 right there. Let us put on.
And let us put on the armor of light.
And that light, let's go to Proverbs 6:23. I just want y'all to let y'all know exactly what that light is talking about. What that is.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
Say that again.
For the commandment is a lamp.
The commandment is a lamp. Well, go ahead.
And the law is light.
Despite what you done heard, despite what they done lied to you about, the commandments and the law is the light. That's what you're supposed to be let shine. Everybody should love that song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And the kids running around there, they like just dull as hell because they ain't let nothing shine because they not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. So when like right now, when you're doing these laws, that's when your light shines.
That's right.
Go ahead and finish that.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
That's it. That's all I want to go back. Then go back there and start going at 12 and read that 4.
Verse 13, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy, but put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Praise. Let me get to the last precept. 1 John 2:15. We all should know this.
Oh, yeah. Woo. See what you want.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
That's these pagan holidays. That's all the stuff that's going on in this world that's not of this Bible, that's not of God, man. He said, love not none of this stuff, man. That's of this world, man.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Man, that's something we didn't make that up, man. The Bible has this in there, man. we ain't make this up. So when we say this to people, guess what? We tell you what the Bible just said. Read on now.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes.
See, because the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, those are two of the strongest things that people war with, man. The flesh and their eyes, man. Read on.
Right. And the pride of life.
And pride, man, because Israel got a lot of pride on them. So when scriptures come out, guess what? They not really. Sometimes people is not receptive, even though they in the truth. That stuff don't mean nothing, man. You just read, oh, it don't mean that. Well, I just read that at the Bible. No, I don't mean that.
And if you're gonna love the world, you must love the world of Israel.
That's right.
Because Israel is a separate world apart from any other world.
Mm-hmm.
And that world consists of obeying the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right. We don't know.
And the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Mm-hmm. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. And the world passeth away.
And this world will pass away because the kingdom is going to come, man.
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
And the lust thereof.
Uh-huh.
But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
And we going to do the will of God, man. No more
right.
celebrating these pagan holidays. No more going out trying to buy y'all children, y'all, it's for the kids. No, you're going to get yourself put to death, man. You're going to get yourself put to death trying to do something for your kids, man.
Man, I just heard a story about my little grandson. You know, he got his mother Edomite. So and she went to the store and she's still celebrating the what you call it, these wicked holidays. She went to the store and there was two costumes left. A princess costume and a monkey costume. So, you know, she can't get the prince costume, his little boy. So she gets the monkey costume and put it on there. Well, his mother, my baby mother, man, and this is an Edomite girl. And boy, she done got the blues, boy, when she done brought that boy in there with a monkey costume. And I had just talked to her, I said, don't celebrate none of that. You don't have to worry about all that. But she got the blues though. And that girl, that mean is all I do. But commandment time.
I'm trying to find one now.
Deuteronomy 22 and 18. Read that one. We need that. Read that one again. That is a commandment. Because guess what? That is going into Halloween. That's basically what they're saying. Read that up. No, I mean, is it Deuteronomy 22 and 18? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said that.
I did. Okay.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 18. And the elders of that city shall take that.
No, that ain't what I want. What the one we read? Oh, 18 and 10.
10.
Yeah, we're gonna read that one again because that's a commandment.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughters to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or of observers of time,
going into telling the times. Read on up.
Or an enchanter, or a witch.
Visiting Cleo. Read on up.
Verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
And that's what that's going into. Basically, don't celebrate Halloween because that's what Halloween is all about. Wizards, necromancers, magicians, all that different type of stuff, man. So sorcery, exactly. So witches, you know. So we shouldn't be doing those things or partaking in none of that stuff, man. Go ahead,
With that note, say shalom.
Shalom.